Let us get started with our FastAPI development over here. And in this particular lesson, we are going to understand some of the basic concept regarding the FastAPI, and we'll also see how we can set up our virtual environment for our FastAPI development over here. And if you go to the FastAPI, the web over here, you will see that it's the modern and then the fast high performance web framework, right, for building the API. So if you are building the APIs with the Python, then this is the, I guess, the best framework that you can use to build your APIs. And also, if you go and take a look into the features over here, you'll see that it's fast, right, high performance. It says a very high performance, right, and on the par with the Node.js as well as with the Go over here. And the best thing I like over the FastAPI is the pydantic models that we can use with it. It's really helpful, right, for our validation and all of this stuff. It does a lot of the thing automatically for us. And the faster code, right, you can say increase the speed of to develop the feature by about 200% to 300%, right? That's what they have measured over here. Fewer bugs, and then you can see that reduce the about the 40% of the human developer induced errors over here, right? Intuitive, great editor support, right? Completion everywhere, less time debugging, easy designed to be easy to use and learn, as well as it takes less time in reading the docs over here. Short, right? Minimize the code duplication, multiple features from each parameter declaration, fewer bugs, robust, right? Get production ready code, standard based, right? Based on fully the complete bit, and open standard for the API. And it also comes with the another thing, the nice thing that I like over here is you can use the it comes with the open API, which is of the Swagger, as well as the JSON schema. So it's really helpful to build, and you can just go and test it out easily without using any of the third-party tools like the Postman that you basically use to test your APIs and all of this stuff, right? So it's really helpful over here. So make sure to go and read out all of these documentations over here, and let's move on to the next phase where we are going to set up our virtual environment before we get started with the FastAPI over here. And let's go back. Let me just go and close it over here, and I don't require that actually. And make sure you have your Python installed over here. I'm using a Mac over here, and I have already installed my installed the Python over here. I'll be using a Python version 3, and make sure you have installed the Python over here, and I hope you know how to install that particular Python. Just make sure go to the Python with the doc and install the Python, right? If you have Windows, or you can just go and download the exe or the zip file and just go and install it. Let's open up our project over here. I've created an empty project where we will be building user management over here. And the first step that we are going to do is, let's just go and open the terminal over here, and we'll just go and run some of the command. The first thing that we want to do is let's run the Python over here, Python, Python over here, and that's m, and I'll be using a venv, which comes by default with the Python, right? So if you have installed the Python, this venv module comes default with the Python itself, so you don't have to install any of the third parties to create your virtual environment. So I'll just go and say .venv over here, and that should go and create one of the folder for us over here. So let's wait for this to complete, and now you can see that it has created .venv, the directory in our project root folder over here. And now you can see that you can just go to the bin and see that it has all of the pip version 3 Python and all of this stuff over here, right? And you can also go and activate, and if you can go to the includes, it includes the Python 3.13 over here, right? So it's using the Python 3.13 over here. And if you go to the libs, and currently the install package is the pip and the pip 24.2. So all of these are configured over here, and the next thing that we have to do over here is that we need to go and activate this particular configuration. So there are different ways to actually go and activate this over here based on your particularly the OS over here. Mac, Linux, Windows has a different way to activate actually. So I'll be adding our documentation link below. You can just go and check it out, and I'll be showing you how to do it in the Mac because I'm using a Mac over here. So what I can do is let's just go and run the source over here, right? So that will show you our source will be of our the directory that will be .env, which is of this one. So this is our source directory, right? And inside this we have the bin folder, and then we have the deactivate over here. So let's just go and say the .env, and then I need to go inside the bin, and inside the bin I have the ctrl deactivate over here, right? So let's just go and run this one. So let's just go and activate that, and now you can see that it says the .venv. So which basically means now I can just go and say which Python over here, Python Python, and now it should give me the location of our actual this particular Python from here, venv bin Python. So that is going to use the venv bin the Python from here. So that in this way you know that it has actually activated, or it's actually using the Python that has been installed over here, or they say the Python 3.13, that is what we are actually using over here. And it may be a different in the Windows, is a bit different, right? You will have, instead of the bin, you will have a scripts folder over there, and inside that scripts you will have the activate the file over there. Let me just go and add the new file over here as well, and I'll just go and say readme.md over here. And with this particular file, I'll just go and say maybe I'll just go and add some doc over here to activate activate the Python, right, the virtual environment. And I'll just go and add the bash script. So this is the one that I need. So auto completion with the help of the AI over here, code completion. And this is the one. This is for the will be of the. Okay, so let me also go and add the deactivate. So sometimes you need to deactivate as well. And this will be for the let's say this is for this is for the Mac, right? So this will be of the Mac, and as well as this will be for the Linux, will be of the also the same. So Mac and Linux Linux, right? And then the next one will be of the Windows. So as I mentioned previously, it will be of the .venv, and it should be of the source as well, right? Source will be of the .venv /scripts /deactivate. So there are different ways to do the same thing, right? So this is for the Windows, and this will be for the Mac. And there is a documentation. So let me just go and also add up the link over here. And here I have added that particular doc link, as well as I also have added the Windows bus. If you are using the Git bus or Windows bus, then you can actually make use of this one. Or if you are using the PowerShell, you can also go and make use of this one as well, right? So and then if you want to, sometimes if you want to activate or deactivate, you can just use this particular command. So now we have perfectly set up our virtual environment, and now we are ready to go to get started with the installation of the FastAPI. So next we'll see how we can just go and install and create our first API endpoint using the FastAPI. And let's meet up in the next one.